For just $150,000, you could have a 4-story townhouse in the heart of a bustling French city, surrounded by shops, restaurants, and bars, and easy access to public transportation. And it's less than a 10-minute walk from today's 8th stage of the Tour de France. I'll give you all the details, so keep watching. Hi, I'm Tommy from Traveltirement.com. Each week, I share one cheap property and one travel tip for people interested in expat living or long-term travel overseas. Join the newsletter for free at Traveltirement.com. I love this property. It's so convenient for everything you need. Grocery stores, restaurants, bars, buses, even the train station is just 18 minutes away by foot. This is the city of Limoges. It's located in the Haute-Vienne department in central southwest France. Limoges is the second largest city in the region after Bordeaux. The property is right in the center of the old town. The listing doesn't give the specific address, but it says it's close to the Place des Banques. Let's jump down to Street View and take a look. Here we are on Google Maps. So let's zoom in a bit. And the Place des Banques is right here. And if we turn on the Street View feature, and I'm going to click down right here, you can see this is the Place. It's just this open area surrounded by shops and restaurants. I mean, just look at that view looking back towards the church. Let's go down one of these side streets and take a look. If we turn up here, again, lots of restaurants and bars. You can see the style of the properties in this area. They're like very thin, tall, multi-story places. These are not the exact property we're talking about, but you can see the style. So it would have like 1, 2, 3 stories, and then maybe like a loft or a small area up top. For the price of this place, I'm guessing it's on one of the side streets or around one of these corners. But even if it's a few blocks away, I mean, what a great area to live in. Tons of bars and restaurants and sights to see. Just so amazing. Here's the entry door at the ground level. You can see the place looks in very good shape. When you go up one level, you reach the floor where the kitchen is in the back and this living room space is out front, and the stairs bisect each floor. I love what they did with this fireplace for extra storage. It's certainly not a big place, but to be in the middle of everything, it's pretty spectacular. If you go up one more floor, you reach the first bedroom, and the bathroom is here also. Up one more floor, and you're finally at bedroom 2. You can see the current owners are using it as their music room. Instead of a bathroom, this floor has a small area where you could have a desk and make it into a small office, or if you had the money, you could probably convert it into a second bathroom if you wanted. Then at the very top, there is this little loft area, which I guess you could make it into a very cozy bedroom, maybe for kids, or more likely just a place to store things. Now let's take a look around the area. As I mentioned, the city center of Limoges, you basically have everything. All of these red dots are grocery stores, and here are all the restaurants. Want to grab a drink? No problem. Look at all these bars, very short walking distance away. The walk from Limoges' iconic train station is just 17 minutes. And to get to Limoges by train from Paris only takes about 3.5 hours. Limoges also has a very extensive bus network. So once you got here by train and walked to your property, you could certainly get around the town without a car. Now we're back on Street View at the Place des Banques. And where I was earlier was down at the very bottom of this hill. But what I wanted to show you is if we turn around and walk up this way, I'm going to show you something really cool. So you go up here, there's another open area with restaurants and shops all around it. There's that church that we saw earlier in the distance. But if I turn around, this building is an indoor market. Inside is filled with fresh produce, seafood, and other mouth-watering delicacies. Imagine if this is your local grocery store. For activities, Limoges has got you covered. First, there's a professional basketball team called Limoges CSP. One of my favorite Tar Heels, Marcus Ginyard, played his last few years of pro ball there. It's a 30-minute walk from the town center to the stadium, or only 15 minutes by bus. You can go kayaking on the Vienne River, which runs right through town. It looks very relaxing, a nice lazy river. A 10-minute walk from the Place des Banques towards the River Vienne brings us to the Cathedral Saint Etienne. It's a beautiful church that was built over a 600-year period. To give you a perspective, The Place des Banques is back down this road and to the right. But if I turn around, you'll see this is the walk up to the cathedral. Looks absolutely stunning. What a terrific site. And you can see the sign here for the Museum of the Resistance. There are tons of other museums and galleries all about the city. Let's walk over here and see if we can get a full view of the cathedral. Wow. It's really stunning. And if you keep walking behind the cathedral, you'll find the Pont Saint-Étienne, which is a beautiful bridge that was completed in 1203. It's 820 years old. Let's jump down and take a look. So the cathedral where we just were was right back up on the hill here. And if you would walk down this road here, let me turn around, I'll show you. This is the bridge, this ancient bridge. And if we go out on the bridge, you can see it's just a pedestrian-only bridge, which is super nice. Get a beautiful view of the Vienne River, and you can see it's a very slow-moving, lazy kind of river. And if we keep walking over this way, I'll show you there are some really cool little restaurants and bars right here, like along the banks of the river. In fact, this could be the perfect beverage spot. So you could sit here after a nice walk from your property, past the cathedral, over the bridge, come down here, grab a beer, a glass of wine, maybe a coffee, beverage of your choice, whatever you want. Sit here, do a little people watching. You got the cobblestones, the river, the historic buildings, surrounded by historic beauty. And speaking of surroundings, the city of Limoges is surrounded by castles. I'll show you a few pictures from the Château de los Monneries, which is right along the banks of the Vienne River. You probably would need to rent a car to get out to this, but just imagine all the day trips you could do to all these castles surrounding the city. It looks like there are some beautiful gardens to explore, as well as historic grounds. It also looks like they host events here. Imagine having a family reunion in a castle next to a river in France. Clearly, I think this property in Limoges is terrific. If you want to see another property in France that's got 6 separate studio apartments and it's right next to a river, I made a video for you, and you can watch it right over there.